One particularly scorching day, a humble farmer named Rashid came to Karim's stall. Rashid had traveled from a distant village with the last of his savings to purchase rice for his family. His crops had failed, and he desperately needed to feed his wife and children. With a heavy heart, he approached Karim, who greeted him with a sly smile. "Good day, good sir," Karim said with a false cheerfulness. "How can I assist you today?" Rashid, his voice trembling, replied, "I need rice for my family. I have saved all I can, and I trust you to provide me with good quality." Karim's eyes glinted with greed. He knew Rashid's desperation and saw an opportunity for easy profit. He sold Rashid a large sack of rice, mixing in a fair amount of stones and dirt to weigh it down. Rashid, trusting Karim, paid for the rice and went on his way, unaware of the deceit. As Rashid returned home and opened the sack, he discovered the stones and dirt mixed with the rice. Heartbroken and furious, he decided to confront Karim and demand justice. He gathered the sack of tainted rice and made his way back to the city. When Rashid arrived at Karim's stall, he found the rice seller chatting with a group of customers, all praising Karim's supposed generosity. Rashid stepped forward, holding up the sack of rice. "This is what you sold me," he said loudly. "Stones and dirt mixed with rice. How can you live with yourself, deceiving the desperate?" The crowd around the stall gasped, and Karim's face turned pale. To avoid a scandal, Karim tried to calm the situation with feigned sincerity. "I am deeply sorry for any mistake," Karim said. "I will exchange this rice for a fresh sack and compensate you for your trouble." But Rashid, fueled by anger and injustice, refused to be placated. "Your apologies are meaningless. The harm you've caused goes beyond a sack of rice. How many others have you deceived? You must be held accountable for your actions." The commotion drew the attention of a wise old merchant who had witnessed Karim's deceit in the past. The merchant, with a deep understanding of justice, stepped forward. "The city cannot tolerate such dishonesty," he declared. "We must ensure that those who harm the community are dealt with fairly." The wise merchant took Rashid's complaint to the city's council, presenting evidence of Karim's deceit and the damage he had done. The council was shocked by the extent of Karim's malfeasance. They decided that Karim should be punished in a manner that would teach him a lesson and serve as a warning to others. Karim was ordered to publicly apologize and make restitution to all those he had wronged. He was also required to work for the community, helping to distribute rice to the needy at no charge. The penalty was meant to restore the trust that had been broken and to remind Karim of the importance of integrity and honesty. As Karim carried out his punishment, he faced the scorn of the community, but also had time to reflect on his actions. The experience humbled him, and he began to understand the true value of fairness and compassion. Over time, Karim changed his ways. He worked diligently to earn back the respect of his fellow citizens. His efforts to make amends eventually helped him rebuild his reputation, but he never forgot the lesson he had learned.